Hey there internet friends, Larry the Music Guy here. Today we're going to talk about a USB lighting controller for your DMX lighting show that you may have or want to take a look at, upgrading to your band in the future. It's the Entech DMXis product. It's a hardware software solution and something I've been using in my cover band for about 7 or 8 years now. It's been really good and reliable for me. It's even got wet a couple times, and I unplugged it right away and let it dry out for 2 or 3 days and always plug it back in. It works. Man, this thing's been kind of a tank for me. So it's definitely seen some road use and done very well. Of course, we don't recommend that you get it wet, but I just want to let you know that it has. Another thing about my channel, guys, just so you know, I don't talk about anything that I don't personally use and have some really good experience with. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just want to kind of share my knowledge of things that I've been doing in my band and how it might be able to help you out a little bit more. So anyway, we're going to talk about this product in a little bit more detail. I'll take you to their website. I'll also leave a link down below to Reverb where you can buy it for less than what you can buy it from the manufacturer website. And then I'll take you out to my band practice area and kind of show you a little bit on how I have it set up and how I use it in the band. So we'll talk a little bit more about that right after this. Alright guys, we're going to go to the website right now and kind of take you through some of the features and benefits of this pretty inexpensive little lighting control system. And you'll see the web address right up here is entech.com. They've got a bunch of different lighting control products that you can take a look at. You'll see on the website here that their cost is $353. I'm going to take you in a minute here and show you where you can buy it on reverb.com, which I'm going to have a link below. So it's basically a software solution you'll see right here, and there's the hardware device. So a USB cable connects it right there. One really neat feature that I don't use it for, but if you're running like a DJ or any kind of software, you're doing a show. I had a light friend that owned a dance company that actually scripted out all their music and basically sent control commands to the software. So basically hit play on the music that he had going for his dance studio show, and it controlled all of his lighting automatically after he programmed it all. So it can do some really slick stuff. We don't use it that way. I use mine live, basically giving it MIDI commands. So it's basically a DMX control, 512 total channels. You can use it as standalone or a plug-in, and a plug-in would be the way that I just discussed with basically run it through a software like Pro Tools or Cubase or Ableton or anything like that. It is supported by both Windows and Mac. And you'll see here that, and you have to know whether or not your Windows 32-bit or 64-bit. If you're running Mac, that just it's right there, the OS X version. The Pro Manager here is a additional software that you download that helps you manage your device, do any kind of firmware updates. So this is the Pro Manager that I was just talking about. It's an additional software to the actual software that runs the light show for you. Helps you manage your devices. It supports multiple devices that they sell, and you'll see that right here. Looks like there's another DMX USB Pro that I'm not familiar with. Here's the DMXis system that we run. There's another DMX USB Pro MK2. So it looks like they've got some additional products since we've purchased ours. I assume since the one that we have is a little bit more expensive, the DMXis, that it probably has more feature sets. And I just wanted to show you again that you can actually buy it from the manufacturer website. It's $353. You can hit the buy now button right there. But I actually found it on Reverb, brand new, free 2-day shipping for $335. So for $335, including the software and the hardware, I mean, it's really hard to beat this. So what I like to do now is take you out into my band practice area where we're all set up. We've got the light show set up. I got my guitar rack all set up as well, and I'll kind of show you what I've got going on in my own personal rig and how I use it. I've got my Line 6 Helix foot pedal board on, ready to roll, and I'm on the first song of the night, which has the ability to have a dimmer on it, because I like to have the first song and every first song of every set be able to have the ability to basically dim the lights until we're ready to go on stage. So right now I'm actually turning the lights on with my expression pedal on the Helix. So I don't do that for every song, I just do that for the first song of every set, so that in between set breaks I can kind of dim the lights down a little bit, take the edge off the lighting, and also makes it when the band comes back on stage that's like, oh, the band's back on stage because the lights are at full power. So once I've got that all set up and going, basically I run my foot pedal board in scenes. Basically I'm controlling the scenes on the laptop software right now, so I'm going to kind of run through my scenes. So my very first one is kind of like the intro, and then I go to the verse. So the verse, I changed the lights in the back a little bit. I got a pre-chorus function, and you see them moved and changed colors again. And then I go to my chorus, and I've actually got a movement set up for my chorus. And then I basically go back to a verse for the second verse, pre-chorus number 2. I got a function for the breakdown part, which we don't do anymore because we go into we basically split that song in half and made a little mini medley out of it. And then we go to the next preset now. So I'm on the next song, and I'm just cycling through the lighting scenes that I program in my foot pedal board. And this is a chorus. So you'll see I like to have my choruses have some movement in the backlights and the verses more stationary, but that's an artistic, creative thing that you guys can choose how you want to manage your songs in the different blocks. So I got about halfway through this video and I realized that I got a lot more information to share with you about the DMXis hardware software interface solution. So I'm going to make this part 1 of 2, and next part 2 is going to be more about the software, setting up fixtures and setting up lighting scenes. So check out part 2 of the DMXis hardware software solution right after this video. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. That's awesome. You really do rock. Appreciate you hanging around. If you like what you watched here today, please subscribe, ring that bell down below. We're going to be talking about lots of different things about being a musician. Everything from being in a band, running a band, booking a band. We'll talk about recording in a home studio, writing your own songs. We'll be doing product reviews and anything else we find darn interesting about music. So if you find that darn interesting, please subscribe, ring that bell. But more than anything, remember to get on out there and guitar done.